Good. We're good. There we go. We got there, guys. Welcome back to episode 4. To recap everything that happened in the previous episode, this episode is promptly titled Jody Falls. As in the previous episode and episodes before, you met the Duke of Menengother after being mysteriously transported there or finding your way there. Slaying some thugs, you were approached by a city guard named Harold, or so he seemed to be, and he led you straight to the Duke. The Duke told you about the Hand, the assassins that you had slain, and had reported a problem with them in the past, and fearing for his life has tasked you with killing them. Somewhat accepting the task, you were told that you could find more information about them from a man named Talon, who is currently with the refugees from 2 months ago, camping to the northeast, the refugees from Greyholm, the city that you were in just a day before. Going to the refugee camp being led by Harold, you found the camp empty. Found what looked like were signs of a scuffle and a fight and fires and a small makeshift fence, a barrier, and hearing rumors of the troll Faeglen nearby. You followed what seemed to be ominously large tracks, walking down a small bridge in between two massive caverns and holes in the ground. A group of spiders attacked you, and during the fight, Jody drank one of the potions, the mysterious potions that he got from a scheming, polymorphing potion seller in Menengother itself. Drinking the potion in the middle of the fight, Jody, you saw all life in front of you. Like you do. All life in front of you disappear in front of your eyes. And in a frantic, worried state, backed off the edge of one of the caverns as Fora and Gotho watched you fall off. You guys can see the map on the screen and everything. Elspeth, you gotta join Roll20. You, Jody...
Am I not in there?
You're not in there, no. Maybe you're in the wrong Roll20.
Oh. No.
You, Jody, took the last step off the edge and fell. You, Fora, and Gotho watched this happen. You're now standing over the cavern, looking down. The webs covering the vertical cavern here, you can see with your dark vision a small tree branch poking up from a tree growing on the side of the wall. You can't see the depths of where Jody has fallen. And Jody, as you were falling, you feel and hear behind you the as you hit a web, slow down for a moment, and then continue to fall and accelerate further down. Another web catches you and rips out from underneath you. You felt the crack as your body slammed into a wall, and then the second impact, you hitting the ground. Your eyes close, and then they immediately open.
Do I take fall damage?
Yes.
How much?
You take 50 points of fall damage.
50?
50. As you've fallen 80 feet. And your eyes open.
What about the spider webs?
Your eyes open.
What about the spider webs?
Yeah, the webs only go so far up.
Okay.
Your eyes open.
Didn't do enough.
Let me paint this scene for you.
All right. Scene is...
You're immediately
Let's
met
paint this sucker.
looking up at what seems to be a starry night sky. As you kind of bring yourself to your knees, looking down on the ground, roll me a history check really quick.
History, I know that.
History check.
Forgot where it was.
It's enough. You notice beneath you the familiar sight of ebony inlaid with small glints of crystal cracks through it. As you look
not
up,
this again.
the horizon in front of you, you're met with a moon just barely cresting over the surface of this seemingly completely flat slab that you're on. The moon large, red, and black.
Can I make an Arcana check real quick? Because this is what I'm seeing. I'm guessing that I'm on some sort of other type of plane of existence. I want to see if I can
You get the feeling something's awry, obviously, and this is the same stone that you recognize that traveling into Igor's cavern from the passage that you walked out of Greyholm from.
Yes. What about the coin? Do I still have the coin in my pocket? I should, correct? Do I have all the things? Like, do I still have my sword and my shield? Is everything still intact?
Check yourself over. Everything coin still there, not vibrating as it was before.
Okay.
But
I can still see symbols on the face of the coin, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. As you study the moon, this is the moon Kelimvor, and you hear from behind you, "It's good to see you again, Jody."
I turn around.
You're met with a sight.
Hand on my sword.
Okay.
Ready.
You're immediately met with a sight about 15 feet away from you of a black-haired man wearing a white mask, black robes surrounding him. And
do I recognize the voice?
Well, he says, "When I said I would be in touch soon, I did not expect to see you this soon."
Jody believes he recognizes the character beneath the mask as Kel from the tavern.
Seems you've come into my realm, Jody.
And where is your realm exactly?
I'm the god of the dead, Jody.
Shit.
Takes off the mask. You recognize the man that sat across from you in the table not the night before. The man that had asked you to seek out the people that you could help in these free cities left over on Virhin. And the man that had told you about the impending and incoming assassins. And Jody, quite a fall. But you're here.
Well, hopefully.
Go. No, go.
Hopefully there will be a song written in my honor. I believe that there was a bard with me who saw the fall, and my story will live on in infamy.
You're here, Jody, because I am not finished with you. I have a deal. If you'd listen to a tale. Do you know of the moon? The moon currently on Foltest. The shattered moon.
I have heard rumors of such a moon.
And you've seen this moon visiting Dornfall.
Oh, I actually have seen the moon.
I mean, like, you haven't seen it up close.
Yes, I know the moon.
I mean, yeah, you've heard rumors as well. It's literally
I've
like
never been told about it, but
it is a half open or half cracked open moon resting on the surface of the world. Right, you can see it from pretty much anywhere on that continent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the moon. Hell, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Give me a hard question. Yeah.
Over
the moon, sure.
Jody, over 700 years ago, it was I that led a team of mages to the plains to bring down Mystra. She had forbade magic, you see. We had to practice it in secret. In secret out of the prying eyes of a goddess. As if that was possible. We were angry. And we wanted a world where magic could help the land and not hurt it. We wanted arcane cities that take you where you must go, just around a corner, thinking of it. You could be there in an instant. Flying devices and magical pathways like the one that brought you to Menengothir. To go places quicker. The ability to sense the good in a man with just one look. To know if he is a good man or an evil one. And my wife and I, my friends and I, we sought the secret to becoming a god, Jody. To ascending. And we found it. And when we approached Mystra and asked her help, she refused. Do you know what you stand on, Jody?
I stand at an uncertain crossroads, I'm beginning to believe.
You stand on the moon, on Mistra's fragment. I've searched, I've toiled. There's a scholar, he lives in Leyden. He thinks he can evade me. He thinks he knows. He knows things that he should not know, and I do not know his motives, but I've found scrolls and writings and passages of his detailing what happened when the moon landed. And I now know it killed us. For a year that I've learned, we lived in this void, this tear between the worlds, this plane. For a year I relived the pain of the moon coming down. The shards of the moon are the key to ascending, and Mistra refused us this ascendance. He looks around, but it seems we won after all. I have a responsibility for the dead, Jody, and you now lie in my domain. But I can shape fate to a small degree, can pluck strings like the ones that surround you. And I want you to rid Virhin of this plague, the army that you came in on. And so I will let you go back. But I have a task for you, Jody. And you see him slowly stand up. You slouched very, very, relaxed on the throne until now. And in a moment, as you blink, he's face to face with you, right, and he says, I want you, Jody, to kill a god. Will you do this?
What god would that be?
My wife 700 years ago, upon the impact, was with child. The impact killed all, and I have searched and toiled and tried to find her. He kind of has this maniacal glint in his eye now and says, I found her, Jody, I found her. My child once again with me. And he kind of notions, and you now see there's a woman that was kind of sitting next to the throne, dressed in black, roguish leather armor, black hair with horns, just like Anaphora's. Says, my wife is the only one missing. I want you to kill the god of life, the goddess of life. Not now. But when you muster yourself after this battle, when you help the free cities, I will come to you again when I have found a way. And I want you to be my soldier, the hand that brings down a god. You must kill a goddess, Jody. You must do as I have done, and I will let you fall back down to the world of Orin. Then join your search of Talon, whatever his name is. Live a menial life. Will you make a deal with me, Jody? Will you be my soldier?
Yet?
Would you
Jody
like to hear a bedtime
to
story? Yes, I am finished.
Jody undoes his scarf around his neck, revealing the burn scars, and slowly starts unbuttoning his gentleman's blouse, revealing his scarred and utterly warped and twisted torso.
You speak of controlling the lands of death and the beyond. You speak of ascendance. You speak of magic and the good things that it can bring.
He tears off his top at this point, revealing all of his scars from all the burns that he received by magic many years before.
You speak of these things. Well, what of my fate before from magic? What of my wife taken by magic into this, your realm? And what of my children taken by your magic into this realm?
And he throws down his shield and draws out his sword
And says, face me, you bastard.
What do you want to do?
I want to hit him in the head really fucking hard.
Roll me an attack roll.
Right into the god-killing part.
Roll me your damage. Okay. As you bring down the sword, he raises just his arm, just staring you steely in the eye. And the sword into his arm.
Is it like sparks or anything, or is it like just sinks in, into flesh?
Sinks into his arm, goes through an inch from completely cutting it off.
Do I get a moment for a witty comment?
Go ahead, give me a witty comment.
You want me to kill a god? Well, I'm ready right now, my friend.
Are you done, Jody?
I spit in his face.
He kind of starts breathing a little heavier. Slowly just removes his arm off your sword. Just you hear the as he pulls it off, the blood just dripping from your sword. There is blood. I cannot do...
I lunge at him again as he begins to monologue.
Okay.
Just overwhelmed with emotion at
roll.
this point.
Attack roll.
Face me, you bastard.
As you lunge forward, as soon as he pulls the arm off, cutting him off, he just steps to the side, quickly taking your shoulder and just pushes you down. Jody! You will not live if you refuse me. If you want to fight, then stand up! But if you listen, I will take the scars. I will take them. Be my soldier, Jody. What do you do?
Do what you will, but I will be no servant of yours, one who has taken so much from me.
And I drop my sword on the ground.
Okay. Fora and Gotho, you two staring over the edge. What do you guys want to do?
So Gotho's, I believe he got to the edge first, so he's just kind of looking over and realizing he can't see that far down.
Yeah.
The webbing, we burnt out the webbing on the right side cavern, right? But I'm assuming on the left side, there's still like a good amount of interference there as well, right?
Yeah, you just see, I mean, you could, like, they're kind of breaking, but you can see the holes in them from where Jody had fallen. They're still very much, like, intact.
Gotho's looking at the ground for any, looking for a rock, not like any massive one, but just something that fits conveniently in the palm of his hand. Are there pebbles and stones nearby?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so he just grabs one and tosses it roughly where Jody fell, and then is listening.
Oh!
Roll me a perception check.
It lands on Jody's head.
Roll me a perception check. You can hear it, like, as it just kind of goes here, as it smashes off what seems like the far wall, and you can watch it, like, go down about 60 feet until it but as it falls down further, you don't hear anything.
So I can't hear it hit the ground at the bottom.
Yeah, but you can hear it hit the wall.
Gotho looks at Fora and says, "No human survived that fall."
Well, maybe Jody isn't human, or there's something we don't know about him.
Mm-hmm.
I can only hope he is okay, though.
If Jody hit far wall, maybe he roll, slide, something.
Maybe. She
We
wants to
should
try
check.
and Yeah, she wants to try and kind of start climbing down if she can.
Okay.
If as soon as she's like makes motions like she's gonna start climbing, Gotho like grabs her arm with his left hand, and then with his right hand he points at her bag or her carrying whatever she has and says, "You have rope."
Let me double check in here. Mhm.
You should have 50 feet of rope, I think.
I do. Do I? I don't think I do.
Was that you yelling in frustration, or was that Mittens?
No, I'm being quiet as the grave.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, I don't have any rope. I don't think I have any rope. We might just have to see what we can grab onto on our way down.
Gotho just reaches into his bag and like pulls out his 2 coils of rope, I think, that I have, and he walks over to the large boulders at the northeast side of the bridge.
Okay.
Yay! Using the map. Woohoo!
Oh, there's a bush on top of your face. You're hiding in the bush.
Someone get this bush off my face.
Let me
No,
fix
now there's
that.
a rock on my face. What is this? I'm going up here.
I don't know why they're on your face, but all right. Yeah, so you guys go to tie it off on that rock then? How many feet of rope do you have?
Yeah, Gotho's going to take the coil of rope and tie it to one of these very large boulders.
Okay.
And then he, after he finishes tying it, he walks below the boulder right about here.
Okay.
And at this point, he pulls out the quarterstaff and his great club at the same time.
Yeah.
And he holds the quarterstaff up for a second, facing straight down like a railroad spike, and he jams the quarterstaff into the earth as hard as he can, trying to drive it in. And
yeah, give me a strength check to drive it that far down.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, you sink it, like I'd say you sink it a fair amount in. Are you like leaving it there and going down into the hole there? Or you're trying to use that to... Sorry, one more time. Are you tying it to the rope and stabbing it into the ground, or just relay back to me what you're doing with it?
Yeah, he tied it to the boulder, but then he's just looped it around the staff.
Okay, yeah. So you're just leaving it and trying to rappel down.
Correct.
Okay.
He's just using it as an additional anchor point.
Okay.
Okay.
And then taking the giant, if necessary, like he's making sure the quarterstaff is sunk into the ground nice and deep where it's not going to move. And if it isn't in far enough, he's going to drive it in farther with his club, like a hammer and a nail.
Okay. Yeah, give me a strength check really quick to just pound the club back down.
Quarterstaff gets splintered.
As you bring the club down and you boom down on top of the quarterstaff, just about like 3/4 of it just snaps off and snaps in half. And there's still like a little bit of it in the ground, but your quarterstaff is now rendered useless, as it's literally a quarterstaff.
Hey-o.
Welp. How much of it snapped off?
3/4 of it. It's fucked, dude.
It's
Nat ones are a bitch,
staff.
man. Oh man.
Gotho's kind of looking at the quarterstaff. He's kind of confused for a second, like he's shocked by the idea that the staff could break.
Well,
Okay.
it was a good effort, Gotho.
Gotho had such a good idea too. There's a tree. There's a tree over here on the northeast side by the boulder up here, right?
I like how he's genuinely disappointed.
Gotho just kind of looks down and says, Gotho had good idea, but bad staff. So he takes the rope instead, and he walks around to the other side where this tree is on the northeast side, and he's using the trunk of that tree instead, which he should have done in the first place. But I wasn't looking over there yet.
In retrospect, is a far better idea.
In retrospect, this is a much better idea.
Oh, that's great.
He loops it around that instead.
Okay.
So we can rappel down, but he's leaving slack on the large boulder, also hanging in on the other side.
Okay. All right. Are you joining him, Fora?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you two, and you're just. How long is exactly? Once again, sorry, is your rope? Is it 250 foot, or do you have 150 foot?
I think I had 250-foot segments, but let me go double check.
Okay.
I had like one from my class and then one from my background. Let me look it up.
As you guys
Turns out
are,
his father was a rope maker. So.
Yeah.
as you guys are,
My father just wild away in the rope factory all day.
My father was a piano mover. So,
so you take the rope and you tie it around the boulder, tie it around the tree. You see Gotho doing this. He's just kind of pulling it taut, checking it over and over again, kind of holding it before he drops it down, checking the length. And while you guys do that, fast forward back to Jody.
Ooh.
As you say what you say to Kalimvor, the god of death, he looks you with just no more maniacal laughter in his eyes or whatever it may be, and somber. You just detect a hint of sadness, and you. Very well, Jody. I will find another. As he outstretches his hand, and one second. You just immediately staring up at him, the moon behind him, your eyes just close. And you've died.
Well, there you go.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry, man. You fell off a cliff.
No, it's what happens when you tumble off a cliff after drinking a potion that you probably shouldn't have drank.
For real?
And then
For
defying, and then
For
defying the god of death and spitting in his face.
For real, yeah. For real.
For real.
You can go
That's
ahead while
perma
we're doing
stuff
this
right
session.
there.
You can make another character if you want right now.
Do you want me to go level 2?
Yeah, level 2. Yep. Oh, by the way,
Okay, cool.
yeah, you guys, to tell the audience, you guys did level up. They did level up, all 3 of them. Now, Jody. Right from the chat for Jody.
Now all
Hey,
2
man.
of them.
Hey, dude.
Also,
He's got
I
balls.
need Mittens Kittens in the chat. Can we get some Mitts Riot in the chat? Because I said if Jody dies, we riot, and Jody just died. So you fuckers better riot.
You killed him.
No, I didn't kill him.
You didn't mean to.
You voluntarily dove off the cliff and then refused the resurrection.
All right.
Can we get some rioting against General?
No. This is not a shield wall of rioting. This isn't riot against riot here. There's one riot, and it's Rip Jody. All right. Jody was a boss. All right.
Rip Jody.
And he wasn't about to take
Jody
no
was-
shit
was-
from nobody. No, he was so cool, dude. I totally get it. I'm fine with it. I'm grinning from ear to ear. However,
You
Fuck
spat
you,
in the
Jay.
face of a god.
I spat in the face of the god of death who took my children, you bastard. Anyway,
you
yeah.
spat in
You
the
wouldn't
face-
do the same.
I'm saying that's a badass thing. You spat in the face of a god.
It's
That's
true. If we don't get some freaking fan art from this, all right, like, come on, guys, fan art. Spitting in the face of the god of death at level 2, all right, and getting killed for it
At level 2.
I love how he adds a
Unres-
level 2.
at level 2. You
All
don't
right.
normally see that every day. All right.
Oh, man. Go
so,
ahead.
I'm rolling a monk, if that's cool.
Go ahead,
No, not
roll me your character, and the adventure continues with you two. Did you find out how long the rope was?
Yeah, I only have one length of rope, so it's
Okay.
only 50 feet. I
50
thought I had a
feet?
second one.
Okay. I'm telling you, it's about 80 feet down. So, if you think you can survive a 30-foot drop, this is GM to player right now, because I don't want 3 player deaths in one session.
Hey, man.
Okay, well, I mean, there's no kind of ability.
All the cool
check
people
or-
are doing it.
There's no-
Yeah, I'd say
there's no kind
with
of
a
roll or ability check for me to climb down a rope, right? So I could climb down to the bottom and
You
at
could-
least
yeah.
look around.
I'd say for sure you could probably. I'll leave this up to you. You can probably make the greatest athletics checks of your lives, to jump onto a wall or land on a whatever something that might be down there. That's up to you guys. I'll let you guys make that decision right now.
Okay. Before Gotho gets on the rope, he
Mhm.
looks around for another stone similar
Okay.
to the first one, just like a small stone. and then he holds it up to Fora, and he says, "Make it bright."
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. She gets ready to cast light.
Okay. What are you casting it on? The rope?
On the rock. Actually,
Oh, okay,
he
okay.
just handed me.
Oh, sorry, I heard rope.
That's cool. Where's my light? Where's my light spell? Actually, do I need to roll for anything? I just
No.
cast light on?
You just cast it. Yeah.
Okay. She's holding it in her hand, and she just kind of, wants to bring out the energy. She goes, "Will you please guide us to Jody?" Then the rock just kind of, starts doing its light thing.
Yeah. As you put your hands on as you say that, like the rock just immediately glows with this like incandescent like white light, lighting up about 10 feet around you and kind of spilling into the cavern a little bit, showing where the ropes are kind of, or the webs are kind of hanging off from where they were burnt. Are you just gonna drop it down there? Or are you gonna carry it with you?
And Gothos puts the rock back in his pocket for a second, and then he descends down the rope to the length of it, where he's like as far down as he can go, and then from there is now going to take the lit rock, the illuminated rock, and toss it roughly the direction where he estimates Jody fell.
Okay.
And see if he can see from the 50-foot descent. Now can he see Jody?
Yeah, give me 3 seconds here. Bum, 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 bum. So as you guys descend, you go down the rope. Kind of. Are you descending as well, Fora?
She actually is tugging on the rope to make sure that it can hold, and she just goes, "Well, better now than never," and just kind of like hoists herself and starts climbing down after Gotho.
Okay. 2 seconds. Show you guys what you see as you descend the rope. Kind of almost like losing your balance with both of you on there. You're kind of swinging a small bit, smacking into a wall here and there. Roll me just a quick strength check just to stay on the rope from like 4 climbing on. Gotho. All right, yeah, you're fine. Absolutely
both of us
fine.
to do it, or just
No. It was just so that he didn't fall off from smacking into the wall.
Death.
Yeah.
All right. So as you descend the rope, you're met with a disgusting musk of a smell. It's reminiscent of just decaying flesh, and mixed in with kind of eerie rocks. And you finally come to the edge of the rope, just kind of hanging about 30 feet down with your dark vision and the light from the rock helping. You both see... 1 second. Bum, 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 bum. This is terribly hard to do. Thank you, Roll20, for making everything hard. Can you guys see that? If you can't see it, just zoom out.
I just see a black screen even with zoomed out.
You shouldn't see a black screen. The dynamic lighting should be working. It should be working. Really? Do you actually see a black screen? Okay, well, before you see a cavern beneath you. Apparently, I didn't get your light things working. Down below, you can see what looks to be like a broken bridge. Looks to be another crevasse deeper down into the cavern. I'm actually just trying to get you guys' lights working on the fly. And around you, you kind of see, off in the distance I'd say like about 80 feet away from you, that's being 30 feet down and 50 feet across. By holding the light out just a little bit, you can see Jody's body laying there, lifeless. Okay, let's try this now. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, I can see now.
There you go.
I
Just about, let me see if I can ping this for you and show you. About over here, you can see his body just laying on the edge of that cavern.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
So from here at the length of the rope, there's no section of the wall where I can get any footing or any kind of platform or anything that we could use as like a halfway point to resume descending afterwards. It's just like a straight fall.
I'd say off to your left, since you're facing down, the cavern. I'd say you can see like the wall here that you could probably, with a good enough athletics check, get a handle on. The both of you. Fora, to your right, kind of behind you, there's a large pillar that erects from the ground. That you can try to jump on if you'd like to. It's about the pillar. It goes up and it kind of crests on the top of the roof about 10 feet from you that you could swing to. But it'd be a hard check. What do you guys want to do?
She'll try and make it.
Okay. Give me. What are you doing first, Gotho?
Gotho's still kind of sizing it up and hadn't decided yet, so he's just hanging there.
Okay, give me an athletics check to swing a little bit and try to grab onto the pillar.
Okay.
You guys are fucking killing me. As you swing, the swing you don't quite get it right. As you jump off, outstretching for the pillar to try and just scrabble and grab a handhold, your fingers just barely brush it as you fall about 30 feet. You take...
Oh, gosh.
That for my D20!
Oh, we never healed from the last one, did we?
No.
Yeah, we did. Well,
Did?
You healed me. I don't know about yourself.
No, we didn't. We didn't take a rest or anything.
No. I think you guys drank a healing potion. You take 14 points of fall damage as you hit the ground.
Right, I'm KO.
What's your max health?
20?
Okay, yeah, you're fine. If it was double your max health, you would have died. Gotho,
really?
you see,
Okay.
you see Fora kind of feel her, like, the rope is a little bit emptier and a little bit lighter as you look up and she's gone. You watch her jumping out to your right, arms outstretched, fingertips just barely grazing the pillar, and just as she smacks the ground beneath you, you hear bones crack, and you just see her lying there, seemingly lifeless.
Bora! Okay, now Gotha's decidedly more prone to be active. You said that the pillar she was trying to jump to was kind of a difficult jump, but then you said there was a ledge on my left. Does that look easier to get to?
Yeah, with an athletics check, you could try.
All right. Well, he doesn't have a choice now, so Gotha's gonna athletics try to just scramble onto that ledge.
Okay. Yeah, as you now just kind of spurned by seeing your friend and watching your friend fall and seemingly die, you leap off and kind of you're kind of in flight for like a brief moment as you fall about 15 feet, and just as you think you're not going to make it, your hand just immediately grabs onto a stone. You can feel it pulling you, your own body weight from falling as you grab onto the stone one-handed. You're about 15 feet above the ground right now. Do you want to climb down?
Yeah, Gotha will just scramble down quickly.
Okay. Give me just one more athletics check to climb down properly.
God damn it.
Wow.
Rolls.
You can't make this shit up.
At least it's only 15.
Yeah, you trying to find your placement of where you should put your foot next. You can't quite get it, and as you finally find one, you go to step, and it's a little bit slicker than you thought. You fall face first. I'm not shitting you. Taking 1 damage. I rolled a 1 on the nat 1 or on the D20. So you just kind of a hard impact hits you, but it's you're a little more agile than the ground is. So you kind of bust out into a roll as you hit, but your nose and your face still bruised and bleeding from the impact.
Okay. Gotho just stands up and pats himself off and like rubs his damaged dignity a little bit. And then he rushes over to Fora, and then I'll use my other of those 2 healing potions that I had, and he just grabs her head and starts like pouring it into her mouth. Okay.
Yeah, as you open it up, Fora, that was a 1d6 potion, I think. Did you get the 2 big potions?
No. I have a 1d4. Jody has the other 1d6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you roll 1d6 really quick. You go.
1d4?
1d4. 1d4. Sorry. Fuck.
If you really want a 1d6,
There you go. Defora, you, as your eyes go black, they immediately, it feels like not even a second, as you can feel your mouth just, you're choking on liquid, you instinctively swallow it down. Your wounds, you can feel them a little less sore. Look down at your legs. You can feel as both of your legs that were broken just immediately right themselves, still leaving a wound open where the bone had splintered through the skin. But you're alive.
It should be noted that when she wakes up, she's being hugged by Gotho.
You just feel Gotho's warm embrace.
Are his hands warm?
He's actually stone cold all over, like unnerving.
That's rough. That's rough, dude.
It's like being hugged by a corpse.
We've all been there.
Thank you, Gotho. Yeah, okay, that's okay. I'm alive. Thank you.
He slackens his grip for a second, but he's he's got his face like right next to hers, and she can see that he actually looks very concerned, and that's the first time she's ever seen that facial expression on him.
Oh. Aw.
Aww.
Gotho, tell me how stupid I am. Ugh.
Very stupid.
Okay, thank you. That's what I needed to hear.
If
Thank you for healing me, my friend.
If she's still is she visibly looking very injured?
She's extremely rough. Like you can see like where the bones, you would watch them snap back into place. It just blood is gushing from her kneecaps. And like her face is just battered, bruised, cuts all over from hitting the rocks and hitting the ground.
All right. Gotho at this point is realizing that having climbed down, climbing back out will probably not be so easy because we can't reach the rope anymore, right?
No, it's about 30 feet up.
Yeah, so Gotho's... first of all, he looks down at her and he says, "You stay here. If there is a way out, Gotho will find it."
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm not going anywhere for a while.
All right,
What do you wanna
Gotho
do?
stands up and he's gonna examine the wall under the rope to see if it's at all feasible for him to climb back up to the rope.
Okay, give me a perception check. It looks like, from you falling that hard and not really finding your footfall, you can't really see any rocks that you would be able to climb up, save for the one that you grabbed on, a couple 5 feet away from each other.
Okay, and then not forgetting why we came down here in the first place, Gotho's turning around and looking at Jody. Is the path to Jody unhindered? Can I walk to him, or is it going to require more acrobatics?
It would require probably like right in fuck man, this lighting is. Let me see if I can do it over here. About right there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, here. Let me see if I can do this. So about right over here on the right, you'd be able to pass with a very good like dexterity check. But the cavern in front of you with the broken bridge, just it seems so wide, and the small path just seems so narrow. You kind of see water like dripping down the walls as well.
Didn't you say Jody was on the left side?
Yeah, he's on the left side. He's on the far left side.
Okay, so can I not just walk around the left side instead? I don't know how to ping on this map, but can I not just walk like over here?
That right in front of you is a rock barring the wall as well, or barring the. It's another narrow space that you'd have to go by.
Okay, how far is Jody from me at this point?
About 15 feet.
15 or 50?
15.
15. Okay, so Gotho's gonna try the old Jody, like see if he can get a rise out of him.
No response.
How far across is this chasm?
Right down the about 15 feet.
From right to left.
Oh, 5.5 feet.
Oh, okay. So Gotho wants to go right about here.
Okay.
And if it's only 5 feet,
you can stand there a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. If it's only 5 feet across, Gotho's just gonna jump it, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna take this moment to remind you that I have my Goliath racial mountain movement trait. So when I jump while standing still, it's the same as if I had a running start. He still covers the same distance.
Okay. Well played. All right. Yeah. Give me an athletics check. I guess then with advantage to get across the chasm. No problem at all. There never was a gap easier for you than this one right here. Is you just effortlessly leap across.
You just step across.
Yeah.
You just
Actually, actually, come to think of it, if it's only 5 feet, Gotho probably can just step across. Okay. So, boom. I'm assuming I can reach Jody's.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have a token on the map for him, but you're typically, or rather, you're right on top of him right now.
I'm not dead.
Sorry, viewers.
All right. So Gotho approaches the body of Jody, and he can I'm assuming that I can tell just as he approaches, based on the amount of physical damage incurred from the fall, that he just knows he's dead immediately.
Yeah, dead on impact.
Okay. Yeah. Gotho just kind of kneels over Jody's body for a second. And if his eyes are still opened, then Gotho just kind of pushes them closed.
Yeah, you reach out 2 fingers and just pull them down underneath, down to close them.
And then Gotho will just kind of speak out loud to no one in particular, since, no one's there to hear it. But Gotho just says, "I'm sorry. Gotho will never hear your story."
Oh.
Gotho's going to remove all gold, potions, rope, and useful items from...
There's only one thing you can do. Go through the pockets, look for loose change. Yeah.
Right, do you want me to make it sound better? Fine. Gotho will make it don't go to waste.
There you go.
As you begin to rifle through
instead of scavenging.
Now it's noble. You're not stripping the dead now. It's noble. It's a good thing.
As you scavenge through, you find whatever Jody had on him, which is what will.
I had 1 small health potion. That's 1d4, and I had 4 1d6 health potions, and then 1 mysterious potion that I was unaware of.
Yeah. Did you have any gold or anything? Because he did say gold as well.
Yes, I had the bag of 50 gold given us by the Duke Chamberlain. I had that 50 gold on me.
You can see it kind of spilled on the floor too. There's little gold coins. Pouch on this side is kind of ripped open from the impact. One of the potions is smashed. The other 2 were kind of on his front, so not really affected by the impact because he fell backwards.